course, the 9 o'clock hour, and did say that we had a guest coming through. And yes, I'm glad to have joined me on the show this morning, Vincent Chiedu. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Good to be here.
Great to have you here, Vincent. Now, of course, Vincent is here to discuss something that I would dare say might be educational, informative, but also perhaps controversial. Now, Vincent is an engineer by training and profession, but he, some people call it a side hustle, a night job, something on the side. But I think with you, it might be better described as a passion and something close to a courage of conviction. You're an author.
That's right.
That's right. Now, of course, you're an engineer and author. You're the first scientist to also dabble into the arts as well. But before we go into exactly why you're here, I mean, you're an engineer. What pushed you into writing? I mean, engineering and writing. I mean, what motivated you to become an author?
I've always been gifted in the arts and writing, particularly. I tell an interesting story. When I was in secondary school,
right,
I actually ended up in the arts classes.
But
my dad was an engineer, so he came into school and he said to them, "Look, my son's going to be an engineer."
He said,
so he said,
leave this class.
Move into the science classes. So that's how come I ended up being an engineer eventually.
Yeah, but it was still in your DNA. That writing and art thing is still in your blood.
Correct. Yes.
Right now you've followed that passion even after you pleased Daddy by becoming an engineer. But you now delved into writing now. Now you have a new book, and you're here to talk about that book. How many books have you written so far?
2 books. This is my second.
This is your second book, right? Now this book is titled 100 Things Jesus Did Not Say.
Correct.
Now, I don't know. The way I think, if I hear this kind of title from an author, I think, oh Lord, another pastor. He's been moved by the Spirit to write a book. So, but you're not a pastor, are you?
Not a pastor, but I'm a disciple of Christ. And, just to correct one expression you used earlier, side hustle. Salvation is not a side hustle.
Boom!
There you go. So,
right there. Okay.
You are who you are.
You are who you are. So you like to be described as a disciple of Christ.
Correct.
Right now, so this book, 100 Things Jesus Did Not Say. Just tell us exactly what led you, what motivated you to write this particular book.
Well, in the practice of faith, personally, you are encouraged to read the Bible, the scriptures.
Right.
And as I grew in the faith, I began to notice that a lot of things I was seeing around me didn't line up with the stuff I was reading in the Bible.
Right.
So I got this inspiration about 12 years ago. This book took me 12 years to write, to start to put pen to paper and start to write on 100 things Jesus did not say.
Okay.
It took me 12 years because this is not all I do. I'm an engineer, like you said.
Yeah.
So it's not so easy when you have other things to take care of. But I'm glad eventually God used me to complete the work, and we got it published in the U.S. And we introduced it in the Nigerian market. Okay, now I'm just looking at the title, 100 Things Jesus Did Not Say. I guess there are 100 things in this book that you want to project as, to correct an erroneous impression by the generality of Christians. That's right. Now, I'm just going to go, there are several chapters in this book. I'm going to try and look some of them as well, because I think you made it a thing per chapter or something like that. Correct. So there are 100 chapters in this book, yes, one for each thing you believe that Jesus did not say. I'm going to go to chapter 34. All right. In the book, and the title of the chapter is "Jesus Did Not Say We Could Not Listen to Non-Gospel Music." Now, of course, I'm a radio I'm a radio person, and I'm a Christian as well. I like to think I'm a Christian as well. Jesus did not say okay, so we can listen to heavy metal, hard rock, correct, Fuji, Juju, of course, and all that. Of course. Just briefly tell me why you think so. Well, if you consider that every gift came from God, right? Obviously, the gifts are without revocation, right? What you should worry about as a Christian is the content of the music you listen to, right? But all the different genres, the styles, the musical compositions and stuff, right? They all came from God. Right. So from Bach to Michael Jackson, all that talent, right, was given to those individuals to bless humanity with. Right. So I think it's a little restrictive and ignorant
Okay.
to some extent
Okay.
to make a decision that you want to listen to non-gospel music.
Okay, but now, because I think some of the, I mean, especially in hip hop and rap, the way the genres are, you know, I hear a rap artist singing about shaking this, that, and pumping that, and twerking this. It doesn't necessarily seem like something that Jesus would approve of, even though I could say that that talent was given to that person by God. You know, but I don't think it's like, man, yeah, shake and pump that thing, you know, shake that, twerk that thing. So what would you say to that?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of the content in all genres of music is not edifying.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
but that doesn't negate the talent
Aha.
and the gift.
Right.
You know what I mean? Gospel, for instance, as a genre,
Right.
encompasses all
Okay.
kinds of music.
Okay.
It's the content that makes it gospel.
Aha.
There you go. So yeah, so
okay.
you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
You cannot. Well, it's very limiting, you know, to as a Christian to say, oh, I can't listen to anything else. You know, not every non-gospel music is non-edifying or it's corrupt.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you want to preserve your faith. Watch out for the content of the music, but don't generalize and say all non-gospel is
So insofar as the content isn't blasphemous,
corrupting. There
or
you
corrupting,
go. There you go.
it's not bad.
It isn't.
Aha.
You know.
Okay, NBC might think otherwise though, but TJ Smooth. All right, let me go to chapter 14 because this one, I guess it has to do with something that some Christians, you know, would argue about. You captioned it, you titled it, Jesus did not say being a Christian exempted you from all of life's challenges. Now, I know some people, pastors included, who say, look, I mean, hey, if you want a life free of troubles and worries, you got to come to this place. All your solutions will be here. Everything, every burden will be lifted. But this chapter, I think from the heading, suggests that no, you know, that's not correct. What do you think about that?
I will say that I have been personally blessed by the ministry of pastors.
Right.
They've been instrumental to shaping me in my life, so I really appreciate the ministry of pastors. It's one of the fivefold ministry gifts that Jesus gave when he ascended. But I also am aware that in the propagation of the gospel nowadays,
Right.
there's a lot of myths and fallacies being put out there.
Right.
You know, it's marketing, but it's not honest marketing. When you say you come to Jesus and all your problems get solved.
Right.
The Bible says it's through several tribulations that we enter into the kingdom of God.
There you go.
So it will be a shock to many people to hear a gospel that says all your problems get solved, and they come in and the problems don't get solved.
Exactly.
Maybe the heat gets turned up.
Exactly.
Because you're now in Satan's radar.
Aha.
You know, so I have to correct that impression, and that's why I wrote that chapter.
All right, and I know someone told me many years ago, Christianity without a cross is not exactly Christianity, but then again, that's another thing. Let me go to chapter 59,
Okay.
because this one has to do with things of race or ethnic groups and things like that. You titled it, Jesus did not say he made mankind black or white or any other color.
Correct.
And of course, in this world we live in, I mean, that's one thing that has been an issue. I mean, race, even though when you say race, I think human race, but then, okay, but I mean, powerfully speaking, there's no, in the eyes of God, there's no black, white, green, blue, or whatever it is.
Preach it, Nanya.
There you go.